Hello my lovelies, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you doing? I hope that you're having an absolutely lovely day and you're good to go for our video together. If you're brand new to my channel though, hello and welcome. My name is Chloe, I'm otherwise known as Lady Writes, and I'm thrilled that you're joining me for our video together today. Please make sure before we go any further that you click subscribe and ring the bell so you get a notification in your inbox when my next video goes live, and it would also mean the absolute world to me if you head over to Instagram to give me a little follow there too. In today's video guys, I'm so excited to be doing my first get ready with me in ages / a kind of tutorial, but this one is for Valentine's Day / Galentine's Day, which is fast approaching. I'm all for Valentine's Day. I'm such a hardcore romantic. I'm single this year, but no matter the years when I haven't been single, I love Valentine's Day. I'm celebrating with my 2 little boys this year, and I don't think it matters whether you're single or not. Obviously everyone feels different about it, but for me, I like to look good and feel good on Valentine's Day. Like, I dress up, I do nice makeup, I wear something I love, no matter whether I've got someone to impress or not. This is all about me and loving the moment and loving the day. So I wanted to show you the makeup that I will be doing on Valentine's Day. I thought you could come get ready with me. I'll chat through what we're doing as we're doing it. I wanted something that was going to make me feel good, so I've picked products that are in each of that category to make you understand why I've picked them, because ultimately I want to feel good on Valentine's Day. I'm going to create like a cute little afternoon tea for me and the boys. I'm going to just have like a little pamper session. I'm going to romance myself. I don't need no man to do that. But even if you are not single, this is a great look for Valentine's Day as well. So I hope that you'll enjoy seeing it. All of these products are from Beauty Expert. If you want to pick any of them up or anything else on their entire site, make sure you use this code at the checkout. You will get 20% off your order, which is huge, right? It includes pretty much all of these products in the tutorial and pretty much everything site-wide. There are a few exclusions, but generally speaking, if you need to stock up on any beauty, skincare, hair care, tools, anything like that, then you should definitely check out Beauty Expert and use that code at the checkout. So girls, without further ado, come get ready with me. Let's create the perfect Valentine's and Galentine's Day look. It's going to make you look and feel good, because it certainly makes me look and feel good. Let's dive into the tutorial. Okay guys, so the very first product that I'm going to go for, which is going to give a really nice, subtle but natural radiant glow, this is the By Terry Brightening CC Serum. Now, I know that some people with the perfect olive tone skin, they can wear this on its own without any need for coverage, because it just gives a natural radiance. However, I'm super pasty, so I use this as like a primer, and I just pump a few drops onto the back of my hand, and then I literally just dab on and rub in almost like a moisturizer. So I've just pinned my hair back, and very much like I do with my foundation, I dab it everywhere with no real application method. I just like to make sure that the whole face is covered, and it just gives a really natural radiant glow to all of the makeup that I'm then going to put on top. And as you guys know, I'm a matte finish kind of girl, so I don't like dewy. This is just a natural radiance that I really feel like perks up the complexion, which is great for Valentine's or Galentine's Day, because it's going to make you feel that little bit special. Foundation wise, I want something full coverage because I like things to look nice and matte and consistent and very smooth. Loving the By Terry, as you can tell. This is the Cover Expert. It's basically the Perfecting Fluid Foundation, which gives a medium to full coverage. So if you don't want full coverage, just put 1 layer on and blend in. If you want full coverage like me, go for 2 layers, buff into the skin using a brush or a sponge. I'm a brush girl for my foundation, but I love this one. It makes my skin feel like it can breathe. It's also then just like lasts throughout the day. So again, it's the same technique, a few pumps on the back of my hand, and then I just dab in with literally no pattern like this, just to make sure that I've got like an even coverage over my whole face. I want to look good. Might be single, but you know, still want things to look nice and even. And I do also do my neck, but my favourite way of applying foundation right now is to take my brush, buff in the foundation like this. So circular motions, dabbing. This is called stippling when you kind of do it like this. I do a mixture of both. And then what I do when I get to the end, I take a powder brush and I just like brush all over my face to like take off any shine, to just buff it and matte it in, and then take the excess down my neck. So that's how I'm going to do this and how I recommend you do it too. So that is 1 layer completely done. It's still a tiny bit like not patchy, but it's not full coverage enough for me. So like I said, I'm going to take a couple more pumps on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take my powder brush and just dab in just to give it that full coverage edge that I like. Obviously I can take the excess down my neck, but this is just gonna make sure everything's fully blended and I've got that full coverage finish that I like. I want my face to look super glam. I want to feel really good. Just because we're single on Valentine's Day, ladies, it does not mean that we should sit at home in our loungewear and feel miserable and sorry for ourselves. I'm all about embracing what is in front of us and embracing life. So all about Galentine's Day. But as you can see, that has now blended in perfectly. Everything is nicely blended together. Okay, now we've done our complexion, I'm going to move on to contouring, which I use 2 different concealers for. Now, unless my skin is really broken out, I don't use concealer to cover blemishes or anything like that. I use it to cover the dark under eye bags because nobody wants to look tired on Valentine's Day or any other day. So I use pretty much the lightest shade foundation I can find. This is the By Terry concealer. I really like this one because it doesn't sink into fine lines and wrinkles, which, as somebody who is noticing those fine lines and wrinkles, guys, that's not what we want. Now, this one comes on a very thin wand. I'm not the biggest fan of this applicator. That's the only thing I don't like. I love the formula, so I actually use a brush with this one. Let me show you what I do. So I take my brush and I just pull off the formula from the wand and then apply directly underneath. I then do the same on the other eye, just pulling across and down. Probably need a little bit more there, and then up here too. And again, I'm not kind of precious about where I apply it because all of this is going to get blended in to create that lovely matte base that I like. Taking the brush once again and then just massaging the foundation in. Now, this is a smaller brush than I would usually use, so I might actually have to swap it out for something a bit bigger because it's not kind of buffing in how I would usually want. So let me get a bigger brush. Okay, so I actually find that a highlighter brush, it's got really fluffy bristles. Look how much better that blends in. Sometimes the concealer and foundation brushes, I mean, I could be like the only person on the planet to say and think this, but I find that the bristles are so tightly together to give that really full coverage, but actually it just doesn't blend. Look how much better that has blended out with a fluffier brush. And obviously I use the powder brush after my foundation as well. So this is how I would recommend getting the best out of it. If you've been using tight bristled brushes as well, now may be the time to switch them out. You'll just get a better blend, or you won't have to work as hard for the same blend, should I say. Okay, second concealer wise for our contour now. This is my L'Oreal Infallible. Swear by this. This is the shade Toffee. Just pop 2 dots or 3. Again, very loose. And then I just do 2 lines either side of my hairline up here. That's all you need. This is such a good concealer for contouring. And then I'm just going to use my mirror, take a brush and just pull into the skin. Now, you don't want to go with your concealer too many shades darker, maybe 2 or 3 shades darker, 3 at a maximum, than your foundation. That's how you pick the one that you want to contour with, and you want to go like that and feel with your brush underneath the cheekbone. Now, I have a very small face, which makes it really difficult to contour because it looks like that's the edge of my face right there. So there's not a lot of space. So again, I'm gonna blend this in and then buff in with some other products afterwards, just so that you can see how to do that. But it's not the easiest. I have to find underneath and try and pull upwards rather than downwards and across because, like I said, my face is not that big. Going for the same up here, but I just do circular motions up here to blend into the hairline, and then just pulling into the centre as well. It's really hard to do this without a mirror. I need to work on my makeup tutorial settings because it's not always the easiest to do when you can't actually see what you're doing, and I want to show you guys what I'm doing. So again, it doesn't have to be perfect at this stage because we're going to work on blending everything together, but that is how I contour. So quick and easy. 2 concealers, wham bam, thank you ma'am. Okay, now to work out those lines that look a little bit too precise, I'm just going to take my foundation brush and just add some foundation in, and then revisit with the brush that I use for my concealer, just to lighten the areas that I want lightened, and just really play with it until you don't feel like it's too blocky. that looks a lot more natural now. Okay, so now we've done our wet complexion products. We're going to go for setting powder, which is always my biggest recommendation if you want your makeup to last, if you want it to stay in place all day, if you're going somewhere hot, not that any of us are, but when we can go out places again like clubs and bars and you just want to be kind of keeping your makeup set, setting powder is the way to go. Now there's a couple that I use, I'm just knocking it into the lid. Right now I'm loving the Ciate coconut one. It smells amazing, but I just tip some of the loose product into the lid and then I take my makeup sponge, whatever makeup sponge or brush you've got, however you apply. Now a brush, I do find that there's a lot of fallout. The reason I use a sponge is because it's really precise. Now if you get one with like a pointed edge like this, you can take the powder, so I'm just dabbing it in, looks like that, and really get that precision application. Now I always start under my eyes because that is the first place I'm like, I really cannot have any makeup sink into my pores. I've got quite a lot of excess on the sponge there, so I'm just like going to pull that in. But again, really working on the lines on the side of the face, then down here on my chin. Always feels really funny when I'm doing this on camera. But this is my most recommended step if you want makeup that's flawless, that's got that real like glam look about it, that lasts. Whenever anyone says to me, oh, your makeup looks really nice, I'm always like, it's a setting powder, and applied the right way, it will last all day. Like I said, a brush. If you've got oily skin, you may still notice that you get oil through the day. I have noticed when I use like setting powders like this, my makeup stays in place even when I am oily, because I do have oily skin. So kind of by mid-afternoon, I can really notice things look shiny depending on what makeup I'm using. So to me, it's the difference between kind of getting to like 3 or 4 o'clock with my makeup or 12 o'clock. It really does make that much of a huge difference. Okay, next up, one of my secret favourites, because I haven't talked about it. I think I talked about it maybe once when I bought it, but oh my gosh guys, this is the little By Terry palette. This is the Sunny Flash one. Now I've used it so much, well, a couple of the colours more than others, but what I'm going to use this is a 3-step palette now because it's got everything I need in there. It's got 2 blushes, it's got the bronzer, and it's got my kind of, I don't use it as a highlighter, but I use it in those areas where I use the concealer to lighten the area, because it's not a highlighter, it's like a lightening powder. So yeah, I'm going overboard on the lightening powders, but you'll see what I mean when I finish. So taking a fluffy brush, going in to the lovely pink shades just to give myself a little perk me up there. Just dabbing on and pulling back. It's very cute, very subtle, and you know, I want a little bit of pink on Valentine's Day, but I don't want it to be too much. I am just going to take a tiny bit more of the slightly darker one just to revisit underneath the apples. That's all you do, couple of bits. Sometimes you can use like a liquid blusher underneath, sometimes I do that now as well, and then set with a powder blush. You don't have to use liquid and powder versions of the complexion products, but I love full coverage, all out makeup. I want to feel good on Valentine's Day, so I'm using the powder and the wet versions of everything except the blusher. But if you want to go for it, go all out, why not? Okay, now I'm going to go in with that bronzer, and just because it's such a pale bronzer, so it's great if you've got fair skin, you don't need a lot, and I'm just gonna emphasize naturally those areas where we put our concealer to create the contour. Also going up to the top, then just taking a really fluffy brush again, going in with that lighter shade like I said, underneath the eyes, anywhere where we use that lightening concealer. I don't use a lot, and all it does is just give a really nice glow without it being a highlighter, which we don't actually need right now, which is great. So that is my complexion base done. It feels natural, it feels nice, it feels full coverage, so it makes me feel good. This is how I feel good. So those are my complexion products done. We're going to move on to the eyes, which is always where I have the most fun in my tutorials. So let me show you what we're going to do with the eyes. But first I'm stopping for a Diet Coke break. You know, there's no Diet Coke man entering the room, which makes me a little bit sad. However, when we are getting ready for Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day on the actual day, you can treat yourself to a cocktail or a glass of wine. It doesn't have to be Diet Coke. I definitely will be while I'm getting myself ready and getting all glam. I will be, what will I have? Cocktail or wine, chocolates, something yummy. but getting in the mood. We don't need a partner. We can be happily single, getting ready for Valentine's Day, make the most of it for ourselves. Okay, for the eyes, I'm using this absolutely amazing Kevyn Aucoin palette, which I'm just going to show you. This palette has got lots of neutrals. Now there are a couple of colorway options available. You get 5 shades and then you also get a liquid shadow, which is what makes it a little bit special. So these shades alone I feel like are great for every day, so not just for Valentine's Day. For me, a neutral champagne eye, that is my favorite go-to everyday eye. That's how I feel good. So that's obviously what I'm going to amp up for Valentine's Day. We've got some lovely matte tones in there and a very like glimmery shimmer gold there, which is probably a little bit more gold than I want to go. But then this kind of matte brown here has a little bit of shimmer in the finish as well. So there's enough colours in there to work with, along with the lovely shimmer finish in the liquid form. So we're going to dive right in, but again, I will link below. I think, guys, this palette is on offer right now. So again, everything will be linked below, and remember, you can use the discount code to get 20% off your orders at Beauty Expert. So I thought I'd bring you a little bit closer for the eyes. The idea being that you can actually see what I am doing. I'm going to take my biggest fluffy brush and dab it in that second lightest shade, starting from the crease outside, just dabbing on. It's a very light shade, so you're probably going to need to work it in, put like a few coats on just to be able to see it. That's okay though, we only want to create the crease and transition and the start of our eye look here, so you don't need to be like, this isn't working. Obviously there's loads of steps when it comes to creating a lovely smoky and sexy eye. So pulling that over, you can see that you can see it, you just have to build it up. And I'm keeping it always in that crease right there and just pulling up towards my brow bone. Just revisiting now, just to get a little bit of extra pigmentation there on both sides. Okay, next up we're going to go with that slightly darker shade. Now this is a very cool tone palette, so we should be able to create something very sexy but still subtle. That way it should work for all of us, whether you're like an all-out eye makeup kind of person like me, or something a little bit more natural. But I feel like it's going to be the liquid shadow that really gives this its pop. I'm so excited to try it. I've not tried this formula from Kevyn Aucoin, so I don't really know how the liquid's going to perform, but I'm so excited to see. Okay, so without going into the really deep shade, which I feel like I will finish with, that is pretty much all we need to do. So I'm now going to take the liquid, which is giving me all the excited vibes. We'll apply to the lid directly with the brush. Oh my days. That is so gorgeous. I will blend, oh, it smells like chocolate as well. I will blend this out. So again, I'm not too bothered about precision at this stage. As you can tell, I'm like whack it on and then fix it once it's on. I'm just going to take another brush, probably something a little bit thinner this time, just to work in and soften those edges. You can see that beautiful formula, like it's really taken that edge off. It's got the nicest shimmery finish, but it's still workable. So I'm able to like dust those edges to stop them being so sharp. Bring in that crease and transition again, but still retain the really lovely shimmer. I am just going to go back in and pop some on a brush just to make sure things are a little bit more perfect and sparkly. Okay, so just dabbing over, trying to be aware of where the line is. Pulling over. I feel like I lost a bit more of the sparkle on this side, so that formula is flipping lush, guys. Really like it, and it smells like chocolate. It smells so good. So now we have pretty much done it, quick and easy. I'm going to go in with that darker shade just to amp up the smoke. Oh wow, look, you can see that's come out straight away. I'm really impressed with the pigment in this. I don't think I've ever tried a Kevyn Aucoin eyeshadow, you know. Tried lots of their lip bits. I think I've tried the mascara and a liner before, but not sure I've ever tried an eyeshadow, but I'm very impressed. Very impressed with the pigmentation. And this eye with one palette, and it's obviously not a huge palette, it's not got loads and loads of shades in, but it's going to be perfect for every day. I will definitely be reusing this quite a lot. They're just totally my tones. And I can't believe how like quick, I was expecting this like to take double the amount of time for my eye look, but that's pretty much it, guys. The only other thing I'm going to do is just line underneath the eyes with that first shade, just to create like a look that's all pulled together through the eyes. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. I love this eye look. I'm loving this look. It's making me feel good. And that is what it's all about. So now I'm going to go in with my brows. I am not the biggest brow person, so I just fill them out. This is my new favourite pencil. I'm using it quite a lot at the moment. You can see my mirror like popping up. The idea being that I just want to fill things out rather than make them look fluffy or bigger, because that is just not a me thing. Like, I was a 90s kid. Like, we plucked our eyebrows within an inch of their lives, and you know, we're the girls that now have memes made about them about how thin our eyebrows were, but you know, the lovely effect of that is that they don't grow back. When you spend like years and years plucking them, they literally do not grow back. I've used lots of serums, some make a difference, some really don't. So now I literally just fluff out what I've got by filling in any gaps, just drawing over. Basically that's all you do, drawing over what's already there. And then any good brush or any good pencil will have a spoolie brush on the end, and then I just like literally brush through to kind of make it look a little bit less perfect. I don't want it to look perfect. Those girls with the perfect eyebrows, I am in awe. That is just not a look I can achieve or B, pull off. So that's all I do for my eyebrows. Fantastic formula, love this pencil. It's one I picked up very recently from Beauty Expert actually, and have been using it quite a lot since, so I do like it. Like I said, everything will be linked below, and there's a lot of shades available with this one. Now we're on to finishing the eyes, and I'm going to have to do it off camera because I need both of my hands, but I'm just going to tell you the products I'm going to use. So for lining my under eye, that waterline under eye area, I'm going to use my Stila pencil. It's the blackest of black colour, so it has high payout, and I just literally do the whole of the waterline under there. I'm then going to put some mascara on, which is my favourite Stila mascara. This one is insane. It is one of the very few that claims it looks like falsies, but it really does. So I'm going to coat in that, and then I am going to put some falsies on top, because that's how I feel my most glam, that's how I feel my best. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I want to look and feel good for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to put some falsies on, but I'm going to do it all off camera using both hands, and then I'll be back to show you the finished eye look, and we'll move on to lips. Ta-da! There we go. So those are my eyes are ready for Valentine's Day, and I love them. So now we're going to do the lips. Obviously, like I said, you don't have to put lashes on if you don't want to. I'm using some Lipstick Queen products today for my lips. I'm using one of their liners. I love the formula. I think it's fantastic. I also got the Best Value set that they also have. It's got one of my favourite Lipstick Queen ranges. They're like the nude range, and it also comes with a matching like lipstick topper lip gloss. It's like a duo set, full size, absolute bargain. So I'm using the lipstick from that, but together they create the it's like a nice pink. It's not too pink. I feel like any age could put it off. I'm going to line with the lips first, and just, if I can get the lid off. Oh my gosh, why can't I get the lid off? Oh my gosh. Wow, I need to go to the gym. Apparently, missing the gym is not going well for me. So I'm going to line the lashes, then I'm going to put the lipstick on. There we have it, guys. That is my very quick, easy, super fun, super girly, feel good Valentine's Day look for us single ladies. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below and what you think of my look. Also, let me know how you're celebrating Valentine's Day, whether you are single, whether you are coupled up, happily married. Please let me know what you're doing to celebrate. I love Valentine's Day. It's different for all of us, and I'm really looking forward to it, even as a single lady this year. As mentioned, please make sure if you do want to shop any of these products, you use the discount code at the checkout of Beauty Expert. You can save yourself 20%. Some exclusions apply, but pretty much all of these products are included in that discount, which makes them even a better value if you want to treat yourself. There's so many like gifts and lots of other bits on their website that you can treat yourself to. So I will link to everything in the description box. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this Get Ready With Me video for Valentine's Day. I hope that you've enjoyed it, because I really have. I feel like super good now. I feel really good about myself, which is always the best way after these kind of videos. So thank you so much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you very, very soon for my next video. Bye.